Hey guys, it's MKxJUMP here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at this week's event. Ignis, the new hero's out, so it's a heroic summons event, and I'm quite excited to check it out. Also, I'd like to give a big shout out to Talking Scribe, who's decided to back me on Patreon. So a big thank you to you. If you want to be like him, you can find a link down below in the description, or up there in the top corner of the screen if you want to help me out. Every donation goes towards a little bit to continue keeping the lights on here, and it's funny I say that because you can see my bulbs have actually gone off at the back of the room, so I've got some ordered in for tomorrow, but we're going to have to do a slightly darker video today, guys, and I'm also not feeling very well. So sorry if I'm a bit groggy in this video, but hey, let's get on with it. Let's check out this event. Let's go. So during this event for logging in, it's a heroic summons event, so of course we get heroic summon scrolls. 3 in fact, which should help you complete this event. I say complete, but most of you are probably just going to do 100 scrolls. Some people will even choose to skip it, but whatever you choose to decide, it's probably going to be determined by the next bit of the video, where I show you the rewards, and oh my word, there's a lot of stuff going on this week, which is kind of crazy, but let me break it down for you pretty simply. The new hero isn't light and dark, so we end up with Palace of Eternity, which means we can swap one of the 5 heroes here using crystals, of which 10 will get you a copy of the new hero. So if you needed to get an E5, it would take 9 copies, so 90 of these crystals. You throw in an E5 of whatever hero you have. Let's say it's a Russell, a Drake, a Rogan, an Ithaca, or a Sherlock. Not sure why you'd want to replace those heroes, but hey, it's an option. And you throw them in, get an Ignis, and it means you don't have to use any scrolls to get the new heroes. So it's a thing for whales. Most people don't have to worry about it. And if you want to know how to get these crystals, you get 5 for doing every amount of 400 summons. You can also unlock an extra 15 if you purchase this Palace key here, but that's in a $99.99 package, and a lot of you don't have $100 just to throw around. So I completely understand if you don't want to go chase that. These crystals can be used in future events, so if you just want to stockpile some, that's also a pretty good option. Greydwarf's Blessing also carries over, so make sure you pick up that armor. And as well, on the topic of buying things for $100, there's this package called the Puppet Package. We've seen this before, and I was a little bit skeptical of it, but it seems it was popular enough for them that they've brought it back. You get 5,000 gems, 120 scrolls, and you also get a 9-star Abyss Puppet. Now, one thing I do want to mention is if you're already in the mindset of purchasing this package down here, which gets you 5,000 gems, 5 soul symbols, and a 9-star Puppet for $99.99, this package is actually better value than it, because it gives you 120 scrolls as well. I understand why people would want this. Whales that are trying to get more food, it's totally a thing. But then again, if you're a whale, you're probably more after dust and gold, so each to their own, but I can totally see why this package has an appeal. Other people may just want to pick up the Palace key, because that's kind of the choice you're left with. You either go and buy 5,000 gems, 120 scrolls, and a Palace key, or you go for 5,000 gems, 120 scrolls, and a 9-star Abyss Puppet. However, I also know that there are some people that will buy all of them, because they have more money than sense, but hey, there you go, each to their own. Now also, for every copy of Ignis you get from Heroic Summons, you will get your hands on a set of armor. It's not that great, it's alright for early players, it just kind of helps you deal a little bit more damage. It's fine, doesn't excite me that much, it's just eh. Summon prizes are pretty standard. If you do 100, you're going to get yourselves some orbs and some heroic scrolls. Same for doing 50, so generally a lot of us like to do 100 because all it takes is 100 summons and you get 20 back as well as 6 profit orbs. So it's quite nice. You also get the 5 stars you get from the summoning, and you also get to scratch that itch of wanting to go and do some summons. If you go up to 200, you'll get 4 orbs, 10 scrolls, and a copy of Ice Blink. If you get to 300, you'll get 5 more orbs and a soul symbol, which you can use to regress and replace heroes. And if you get to 400, you get the brand new hero Ignis. Now, I'm going to talk about Ignis in a little second. I'm not going to review her, but I'll just give you a general rundown of what she's used for. Also, you get 15 glorious relics if you manage to bump yourself up to 500, and that can be used to purchase any decent hero. And let me tell you guys, Russell and Drake are now in the store, so lots of you are probably going to be grabbing Russells. I know there are some people that have bought multiple Russells so that they have now 2, 3, even 4 E5 Russells if your name's Barry Gaming, and silly shenanigans have been happening. I do enjoy the fact that you now don't have to worry about Anniversary anymore. You can actually pick up Drake and Russell now that it's finally 2 months after Anniversary, so the good heroes are here to stay. So pick them up, guys, they're pretty decent. During Heroic Summons, we also get the Altar event where 2 heroes are available for purchase. This time it's Penny and Tara. 2 fairly decent heroes, not outstanding, but they both have a use at some point in the game. Tara is a terrific hero for locking down enemies, and also Penny is pretty decent as a fortress hero. Decent splash damage, can completely shut down a Russell if she gets lucky. And of course, there's also her usefulness to Seal Land, so she's a pretty decent hero to grab as well. Not to mention, she's pretty darn good in Aspen Dungeon. And finally, guys, because they're pushing this new hero, they've given us the Arrival of Ignis event, where if we get a 6-star Ignis, you get your hands on an elite hero 5-star shard. If you get a 9-star Ignis, you get a dark shard. If you get a 10-star Ignis, you get a light shard. And if you get all the way up to E3, you get a copy of Ignis, which can help you push for E5 and get 100 glorious relics. Now, I only think it's worth building her if you can guarantee that you can get to E5. If you can't, then I don't think there's a need to go chasing this. These rewards are a bit... I like the fact that you can pick her up here though, because it means with the pity timer we have in summons, you generally get around 8 Ignises from 2,000 summons, guaranteed. Now that makes you ask, hang on a second, where do I get the 9th one for E5? Well, it seems like they're giving it away, so if you've got 2,000 scrolls to burn, you're guaranteed 100%os an E5 Ignis, assuming you have all the food. So what's this hero good for? Well, based on her skills, what we can figure out immediately is Ignis is a healer who you want to build for HP. Her basic attack consumes 25% of her current HP and heals 3 allies with the lowest HP for 25% of her max HP, and also gives them 15% damage reduction. She also has additional effects that boost this kind of thing as well. For example, her active skill gives the lowest HP 50% of Ignis's max HP and also 40% damage reduction and also 100 energy. When she dies, she also gives an ally all of their health back and 100 energy and 100% control immune. So I see her as a suicide hero that you can use as a 9-star copy because you unlock that final passive when she gets to 9-star. Build her to E5, you've got a really good designated healer who's going to be giving out energy to your hero. So she's a walking artifact. She gives your heroes damage reduction, she heals them up, she gives them energy. It's pretty nice, can kind of help against pesky carries, but also can work against pesky carries in a very negative way, because actually it could charge your heroes with energy, which could trigger a carry death mark, which is always bad news. However, generally I think Ignis is an okay hero. Her healing is going to help a lot of teams, especially sustained teams, do very well. I can see her pairing brilliantly with heroes like Belrain, Amun-Ra, also Sherlock. There's a lot of synergy there to be had. Heroes like Drake, if you give them the Augustus Magic Ball, can become even tankier, which is very exciting. Augustus Magic Ball paired with Ignis could be a very exciting thing indeed, especially if you've made it splendid. So that's it for the event. It's a pretty standard heroic summons event. There's lots of stuff you can grab, Palace of Crystal, there's Great Orc's Blessing carrying over, we've got this puppet package, we have our value packages, we got the hero lottery, which is pretty standard, it's always there, and of course the summon prizes. The question you're probably wondering is, should I go after Ignis? Should I spend my scrolls? Now generally at this time of the year, I want to say maybe not. You've got Christmas to worry about, and then immediately after, Chinese New Year. So for a lot of people that want to push them both, you're going to need 4,000 scrolls, so it's a lot of saving and a lot of grinding. However, if you are able to push up the Palace of Crystal, you could just replace into one of these new heroes as soon as they're available. So that's an option too. So that's probably worth considering, guys. At some point, you may want to go and chase one of these brand new heroes. I think I'm going to hold off, mainly because I'm excited for the new Shadow hero, because I think DH Games desperately need to make a good Shadow hero, so we could potentially see a new Shadow hero doing very well. Also, it's due to be a Ranger, and that excites me very much. So I don't know, guys. I think it's going to be an okay event. I think grabbing Ignis is certainly a good thing for people that need a healer. I think she offers a lot for sustain teams, if that's your playstyle. And I think as well, maybe, just maybe, it might be worth chasing one of these heroes between now and Christmas if you want to spend heavy on the Palace Crystals. Now, if you're not going to spend crazy on Palace Crystals, then maybe just save your scrolls and wait until Christmas and Chinese New Year. Do remember, guys, you can always pick up people like Ignis from Imps Adventure. You can pick them up from Prophet Orbs, and you can pick them up very easily from replacements. Also, in a few months' time, Ignis is going to be in the Prophet Orb shop. That's why I haven't chased a Sherlock, because I know that I'm going to grab Sherlock next week when he's available as a top reward for Prophet Orbs. So there's a lot to get excited for there, and I think don't feel hard done by if you can't pick up this hero. It's not for everybody. So that's my review of the event. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a comment down below. Hit that subscribe button if you want to catch more things like this every Friday. And also, guys, if you want to check out some more of my content, you can find it over here on the side of the screen. If you want to be like Talking Scribe, who I mentioned at the start of the video, and you want to help me on Patreon, you can find the link above. Be sure to click that, and yeah, every little helps me to keep on doing what I'm doing here. So thank you guys for tuning in. Have a great week, and happy idling.